There's a mystery tucked beneath the trees in West Houston that's never been solved. A story that started almost 4 decades ago.
Houston homicide detectives are going door to door searching for clues in the killings of 3 women.
3 realtors, Elizabeth Shoemate, Joanne Brown, and Frances Ivy.
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
For these women, it was more than just a headline.
It still breaks me up when I tell that.
Sarah Ivy Edwards and Helen Ivy Maldonado are Frances's daughters.
She wasn't worried about real estate. Who would hurt a realtor? Really? I mean, they're friendly people.
But someone took advantage of their charm at a place they all felt safe.
Knowing that these women had to have been terrified, that breaks my heart.
It's an empty field now, but rewind 37 years ago, there was a house here, and inside, a boutique real estate firm.
It was a little Victorian house.
It was yellow and white.
And that office on Memorial Drive near Highway 6 turned into a crime scene. It was closing time on August 19th, 1983.
This was the day after Hurricane Alicia hit Houston, so the streets were still full of glass. You know, traffic was crazy.
The women were all found shot in the back of the head, execution style. Elizabeth was tied up. Joanne and Frances were close by, and their jewelry stolen. Houston police released a sketch of a man seen leaving the real estate office, but they thought there might have been 2 killers, and one of them possibly a woman.
They are all unsolved murders, and the detectives on the killer's trail.
Over the years, the case got national attention.
Did I miss something? Have I overlooked something?
One of the original detectives appeared on Oprah alongside all 3 families.
I guess it's kind of a personal case for him just because he has been involved since the beginning.
That's Patty Piper, Joanne Brown's daughter. She now lives in Alabama.
What was your life like in the early 80s when all of this happened?
It was pretty bad. I mean,
Patty says her mom was in a rocky marriage and was planning to leave.
it was horrible because we went in the house to get her things and found that some of her things were missing, jewelry, money, things like that.
Police poured through these women's lives. They even looked at another business run out of the real estate office, an oil equipment company run by Elizabeth's husband.
But when you know you've done all this work, and usually it takes months and months and months, sometimes years.
Sergeant Richard Rodriguez is now looking at the cold case from a different angle.
What I decided to do is look at it from the testing aspect of it, the forensic aspect of it, to see what new technologies out there that we can access to maybe test some of the evidence that we still have.
And one piece of evidence we found skimming through old newspaper articles, a nylon Venetian blind cord used to tie up Elizabeth. We wanted to know, could it be tested for the killer's DNA?
I think there's always a possibility. It's just a matter of when technology is going to catch up with what you have.
Rodriguez is researching that technology, but says that's not the only hurdle.
Finding funding for this new technology, this new testing, because our lab doesn't have this cutting edge new stuff.
Patty still longs for the day she knows the truth about what happened to her mom.
I don't understand it. I'll never understand it. But just to have the peace of mind that someone's been held accountable, whether they're alive or dead.
There wasn't a lot out here crime-wise.
Frances's daughters still live in Houston and both work in the real estate industry.
I preach safety to the agents that I work with on a regular basis.
And downstairs was all real estate.
Always keeping their mother's story with them, hoping one day the case will be solved.
I want to know why somebody would do this to these 3 women, loved by everyone. It just doesn't make sense.